Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, my God. So I was watching an ad on YouTube, and it's one of those dumb Pringles ads. And,
Pringles ad.
right, yeah. And, they did this thing where they stacked the Pringles on top of each other, and they just, like, combined the flavors because, why not? And then a guy in the back was just like, you can't just stack on things to make them better. And they all the characters simultaneously turn around and say, "Shut up, Kevin!" And I could not stop laughing because all I thought of was you guys.
Well, we've all been there. If you haven't had a shout at a Kevin yet, you haven't dealt with a Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, Kevin, where the fuck is Josie?
Where the fuck's my beer, Kevin? It's been 4 weeks.
You're listening to the Average Guys Wrestling Podcast. Stay tuned after the cast to hear our exclusive interview with Impact's own Laredo Kid.
Alright, let me know when to start. Give me a countdown or whatever.
Okay. 5, 4, 3. What comes after 3?
2.
69.
1. Go.
Welcome, everybody, to the Average Guys Pro Wrestling Podcast. As always, I am Zach. I'm here with Josie. Josh is back from his visit to the box factory. The captain is somewhere on the high seas. Chris is with us remotely from some random location. I think he's still kidnapped. I don't know. Chris, what's going on with you right now?
I don't know. It's pretty dark here. There's a dude giving me food with a voice changer. It's relatively nice. It's cool. It's
What
fine.
kind of food are you getting?
You know what they show in prison movies?
Yeah.
It's basically that, but worse.
It sounds like you're describing a European rave. Are you sure that you're not in Germany? Like, it's cool. I mean, some people aren't cultured and don't really understand where they are, but like, it sounds like you're just hanging out with people in Europe right now.
No, I'm not in Europe, Josh.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah, because it sounds like Europe.
Oh,
It sounds like Europe.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like Europe.
Okay, guys, I'm in Europe. Whatever.
Europe, so, cool. So this weekend we had a shit ton of wrestling to watch. I feel like I spent more than half of my weekend watching wrestling this weekend. Started off Saturday with the CSW show.
Colorado United.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chris,
God.
this is your big deal, so I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
This was a hell of a show. I mean, I'm gonna spoil the end of the Royal Rumble because it's already been like 3 weeks or 3 days, and we already know the outcome. Yeah, sure. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble. Awesome, that's great. But here in Colorado Springs, we got to see some of the coolest. I'm going to say coolest. I'm going to use that term. We're going to use the term coolest wrestling and wrestlers that I've ever seen. Because as most of you know, a beloved member of our community, Chris Chavez Sr., passed away early January. It's still kind of hard to talk about. I'm sorry. And CSW in Colorado Springs Wrestling, Primo's Pro Wrestling here in Denver, New Era Pro Wrestling, right? New Era Wrestling, is that? Yes. In Golden, and Rocky Mountain Pro in Lakewood, I want to say, and Hugo's also in Denver, Hugo's Wrestling Promotion, all got together to put on this big memorial benefit show for his family. And everyone brought out their A game. There was a battle royal to start the show. Curtis Cole won it and cut a heartfelt promo about being without Chris and how he would give us all up to have Chris again. And to be honest, I kind of agree with him. I can't remember all of it because I was actually stuck behind a camera the whole time, trying to get everything to work. What was after that one, Zach?
I think after that was the Fatal 4-Way with Cody.
Yes, Cody. my favorite. I mean, I'm not going to run down their whole
Not
show.
Cody, as in Cody Rhodes. But.
Right. I'm not going to run down the whole show because CSW will be releasing, I think, a DVD at some point. So I don't want to spoil everything. But we had an amazing main event with a new CSW champion who might be watching us, listening to us right now. All in all, the show was fantastic. It was put on by all those guys that I mentioned before, and also special guest Johnny Mantell, who was there.
That was really cool. I didn't know that he would be there. So I was pretty psyched about that.
I got to shake his hand for the second time, and I got to have him tell me how stupid I was. It was awesome.
I mean, I sat behind him and got to listen to him criticize everyone, so that was cool too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad he also agrees that you're stupid, but...
I mean, that was 100% a joke, but whatever, you know.
You can't lie on the radio, Chris.
All right, so... Anything else you want to say about the show, Chris?
That show was the best show, and just a shout out to everybody who was there. Well, some people. We had Cappy there, Dread Captain Stevens. We had Big Guns, who I interviewed not too long ago. Cormac Battle, Cody Devine, Shade, Daisy. Oh my God, there's so many.
Curtis Cole, who we hope to have on the show.
Curtis Cole, who...
in your future.
Yes, we're going to get him. We are going to get him, and it's going to be fantastic. More shout-outs. Jimbo Lucas. God, there's just so many people. I'm going to cut it there.
Hunter.
You guys... Hunter, yes, Hunter Gray. God, Johnny Crash. How could I forget about Johnny Crash?
Hey, you leave my crush out of this.
Your Crash?
My crush.
Oh,
Hunter?
Yeah. You don't say anything bad about him.
Nobody did.
Josie, you were the one who was too afraid to go get a picture with him. I'm the one who got a picture with him.
I'm sorry. I saw him and I kind of fangirled out and I just got really nervous.
I'm incredibly jealous that you got a photo with Cody Devine. That's a thing that needs to happen for me in the very near future.
I managed to take it before he got his vape out, too. That was the best part. He was hitting it, and I feel like he was going to blow it in the picture, and then I got the picture just before he got it out.
Oh, man. But it was just an amazing show, and if you guys live in the Denver area, definitely check out those promotions. Once again, that's Primos Pro Wrestling in Denver. Hugo's Wrestling Promotion, also in Denver, I think, and Colorado Springs. They do shows everywhere. You have Rocky Mountain Pro, up in the Lakewood area, and New Era Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, I keep saying their name wrong because I'm an idiot. In Golden, and Colorado Springs Wrestling in Colorado Springs, of course. Check them out; they're all amazing. Everybody who works for those companies is just amazing people.
Totally, I had a lot of fun at that show.
It was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I was sitting behind a camera pretty much the entire time, and I still had a bunch of fun.
Yeah. Cappy, please don't feel betrayed. I still love you. You're my favorite pirate. But if you've seen Hunter and those pecs of his, I mean, the man's got like 12 pecs, okay?
Those are...
Trust a man without a beard?
Those are abs.
You know that line that skinny guys have that have like where the hips are that lead downwards and everything?
Oh, the V lines or whatever?
Yeah, that man is just made of that line. That's all it is. That's all he is. Everything about him is that line.
Josie.
Josie, you've become our dirty old man. You've become the dirty old man of the show.
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna start talking about puppies and kittens soon.
I mean, you got it, King.
You got one out.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I should have changed that. Hang on. On our live broadcast, we replaced Dread Captain Stevens' name with Son of a Bitch because we all called him a son of a bitch.
You also have me as the predictions champion, which is not correct.
Yeah, you need to change
I got
that.
second place, buddy.
Who got first?
I did.
Our dear
Cappy.
captain.
Yeah.
Oh God, Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah,
Oh my God, Chris.
I'm the
I think-
worst.
I think we know who the real son of a bitch here is.
Right?
Is it you?
Well,
Also, Chris, we got your predictions for the Rumble in. Kevin sent it to us. What the fuck was your predictions were terrible. You had Asuka as the person being the shortest time in the Women's Rumble.
I think
Uh,
you work of it, Kevin.
I didn't fill that out. Just so you guys know.
It had your
No.
name on it.
It did, and if I recall, it did say "I heart gender" at the top of it, so that's how we know it's real.
Yeah.
I quit. I'm done. I can't handle you people anymore.
All right, go enjoy your spa day there, buddy.
Oh God, spa day here in the dark, cold room.
That's Europe. It's Europe.
Europe, okay.
Yeah,
Uncultured swine.
it's called Germany.
Well, you guys, I'm still gonna be here, so you guys go ahead.
Kevin, what were we talking about tonight?
Charles Duffy Cappy's not here today.
I forgot
He's
the
in the
Red
comment
X.
section.
Yeah, I forgot
Yep.
the Red X.
Cappy's too busy sailing the high seas to join us today.
I'm gonna get that Red X
Morning
real
of
quick.
the
He has
Lost
Wi-Fi on the
Weird.
boat though, so he's commenting on the video.
Wi-Fi on the boat,
All right.
much like how Vince has Wi-Fi on the jet.
All right,
It's the truth.
so during the time where we were all at a CSW show, except for Josh, we had a fantastic NXT Takeover. Probably one of the best takeovers I've seen in a long time, despite the fact that there was one match I did not like. You guys all saw a Takeover, right?
I think I know which one you don't like, and it's because that type of participant is really boring.
Yep, I know. You know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, Josh, you watched Takeover, right?
You mean the place where I saw the best match I've seen in like 3 years?
I think everybody thought that.
He actually, I know what match Josh is talking about, and we have a different best match of the night.
Okay, so any other night of the year, like if they were on separate shows, it's the best match of the entire show. They just happen to be one after another.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start
There
at
we
this
go.
at the beginning of the show. Let me pull up the card list in order real quick.
I believe the opener was the tag team match.
Yeah, it was. So Takeover started off with oh, that's the wrong one. Takeover Philadelphia. Yeah, we started off with Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain in a tag team match for the tag titles. The Undisputed Era retained. I actually pretty much enjoyed this match. I enjoyed the takedown of Author of Pain A by just abusing his knee.
They have names.
Okay, I cannot tell the difference between the two.
Akam
Yeah,
and
like-
Razor.
I know that they're Akam and Razor, but I cannot tell the difference between the two of them. I can
think
sort
Razor
of
is like
tell the
the
difference. I can tell the
leaner
difference
one.
between the Usos more than I can tell the difference between the Authors of Pain. And the Authors of Pain aren't even related to each other.
And they're not even real authors. I don't think they even wrote a book.
Oh, way to steal a quote from Joe, you asshole.
I saw that on Twitter. Don't do that.
No, if it's on Twitter, it's free. It's free
Exactly.
reign.
Yeah. Yeah, this match was really good. It was a very Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly style match where they find a weakness and just take advantage of it as much as possible. So I thought that was
very-
really well done.
A very Ring of Honor match.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Speaking of, we got the big reveal right after this match of your future NXT Tag Team Champions.
Is it me?
No. Oh, no. It's War Machine.
So me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. War Machine were in the audience.
Everybody was in the audience. Ricochet was in the
Well,
audience. War Machine
We'll,
was
we'll
in the
get
audience.
to we'll get to that later. We'll get to
the
that.
others.
So,
Clever
up
man.
next, we had the Velveteen Dream defeating Cassius Ohno. One thing that I really did enjoy about this match was Velveteen Dream was going on about how he's going to knock out Ohno in 30 seconds. and the entire audience is counting to 30, and right about 28, Dream just clocks Cassius Ohno, and Ohno goes down, and just
No
the
pin.
Dream is like, yeah, it doesn't go for the pin, just like starts running around like he just won a boxing match. I thought that was very well done.
Yes.
It's because the Dream is a present to all of us. We don't deserve that kind of gift
definitely. He's quickly becoming one of the best parts of NXT, if not the best part of NXT at this point.
That's amazing.
So,
him and Aleister Black are easily the ones I look forward to every week on NXT.
Yeah, so Dream went over with the Purple Rainmaker. I love the name of that move.
Purple Rainmaker?
Yeah, that's the name of his elbow.
That's amazing.
The only thing that the only person who does an elbow better than him is Kairi Sane. So after that, we had probably the weakest match of the night. It was also the shortest match. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. I wanted to enjoy this match, and I just could not enjoy it.
I feel like you're being nitpicky.
Okay, but on top of that, I feel like a solid 5 minutes of this match was just Ember Moon in an armbar, and that's just so like it's almost worse than a rest hold, because like with a rest hold, like I know that they're just like it's a rest hold. When you're in an armbar for like 5 minutes, either your arm's gonna break or you're gonna tap, and neither of those things happened.
Well, you
see, Zach,
winning with like a shitty roll up.
That's what happens when you have one-dimensional wrestlers who their only character trait is that they are an ex-UFC fighter who gives a fuck combat sport. Like, you're never gonna get long-term, like, enjoyable different matches.
But I mean,
who wants to see 30 suplexes again?
But that caters to a new audience. Like
it does, but
like,
here's the thing though, and I get what you're saying, but like the idea that it's catering to that UFC audience, the UFC audience knows how devastating an armbar is, and when they're seeing somebody just roll around in an armbar for like 3 or 4 minutes, they're not going to want to watch it because they're like, well, that's stupid, because I know for a fact that like you get put into this armbar, your arm's either breaking or you're tapping within like 2-3 minutes or like a minute.
Maybe less. Yeah, no, I totally get that. It's just it's a different style of match for a different kind of fan, I think.
Yeah.
I totally get where you're coming from, I do. But also, like, there are people, and I've talked to these people, there are people who did really enjoy that, which is interesting. Because, like, I'm not the kind of guy. I'm not the kind of guy who would enjoy it myself. I'm not.
I mean, people enjoy things that are kind of bad sometimes. There are Randy Orton fans. I know how.
There are people who are fans of the
taste
Cleveland
exists.
Browns, like The Miz.
They're a wonderful sports team.
But The Miz is a wonderful person. How dare you?
Oh, Josh, I forgot to wish you a happy Hugh Jackson Day because it is 1/31.
Hey! He's going to win 2 this year.
Oh my
I doubt it. So up next we have Josh's match of the night. Aleister Black in an Extreme Rules match defeated Adam Cole, baby. This match was very, very good, and I thought it would tire me out for the main event, but it didn't.
It's because it was telling a different story than the main event.
It was. It was very good. I really enjoyed the fact that Aleister Black kind of stuck with the whole, my whole body's a weapon. I don't need to use these cheap parlor tricks, because I don't think
he did that
used
for
a
like
weapon.
2/3 of the match.
Yeah, like he didn't use a weapon once. Did he even use a weapon at all in the match? Because I don't think he did. I think he threw the chair at Adam Cole, the one that Adam Cole threw right back at him and super kicked into his face. But
That was actually the best spot of the night. Like the spot over the chairs was really gross, but that was hands down my favorite spot.
Did he also
He went
also
through
tumble
tables.
through the tables after that?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that was a different spot or just the same spot.
No, like growing up, like the Van, I think it was called the Van Daminator.
Yeah,
Was like one of my favorite moves, and so they essentially did like that move again, and he fell through tables.
yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure those two are ghosts now. Like they killed each other in that match.
Yeah. Aleister Black almost had the pin, except for the Undisputed Era came in and hit their total elimination on Aleister Black outside the ring. Sanity came in for the save, and then Aleister Black hit a double foot stomp through the announce table, which was just so sweet.
Yeah.
And then I think Aleister Black finished it off. I think Cole was coming at him with a chair, and he hit him with a black mass for the 1, 2, 3. No one has kicked out of the black mass yet. That move is very powerful.
Plus, Adam Cole was missing a spine at that point in time too. So
Yeah, I mean, he went into the Rumble the next day. I'm gonna skip ahead with that, and was just covered in bandages. I'm surprised, he came in on that.
that was Ghost Adam Cole. I mean,
He's already a ghost. So is it like a super ghost?
he's like triple dead.
It's a super
Get
ghost.
this, the
Super
second
ghosts.
ghost died because they don't have a back anymore.
Super ghosts are scary, man. We don't even joke about that.
Yeah.
This is like the first Extreme Rules match that I've actually felt invested in a long time. This is a match format that even 6 months ago I would even be like, maybe we should just get rid of it completely. It's kind of outlived its thing, but they were so creative with the spots that they did, where even without chair shots to the head and a lot of use of blood and that kind of stuff, they were still able to tell a really brutal story.
Right. Yeah. So I think that if the main event didn't exist, this would definitely be one of the best matches, or the match of the night. I still think it's one of the best matches of the year so far. And it's only January, which, if trends continue, wrestling this year should be just as good as it was last year.
I mean, you start off with two bangers on the same night. Those two might be two of the top 5 NXT matches of all time.
Definitely. They were just so good.
I mean, let's go on a little bit more about Andrade versus
Yeah, so in the main event, we had Andrade Cien Almas, El Idolo, defeating Johnny Gargano. I fucking love him now. I was not a fan of him for a while, and then after just, this last year, he's just completely turned around on me.
Because Zelina Vega made him interesting.
That's probably true.
Sorry, La Sombra.
Yeah, so this match was...
I was so emotional.
I was so
prior
invested in
match
this.
was
I somehow managed to avoid spoilers in this match. And, the only, even remote spoilers that I got were my Twitter notifications saying that, a bunch of people I follow liked Johnny Gargano Sweet. And I was like, he either had, a very tough finish or he won. And I don't want to know, so I managed to keep myself away from spoilers. So I was like, oh man, he might actually win this. And, all of those near falls just... whew.
Where the previous match was a story about violence and brutality, this one tugged at every heartstring you could have. It was a powerful match, and it was one of those I didn't want it to end. And
Yeah.
They could have fought forever. It was so good.
Fight forever.
And
The wives got involved.
So I don't know what to say about it other than just everything about this match had me invested. And it started off very let's feel each other out, and then they just went ham for 30 minutes. Like, that match was long and deserved to be that long. I thought that when almost hit the hammerlock DDT after Vega hit him with a Hurricane Rana into the steel steps, he was done, and he kicked out, and just like I jumped up from my chair a little bit because I was like, "Oh shit!" He was done. Candice LeRae getting involved, I thought was really cool. I was thinking like half the match, I was like, she's gonna get involved, and I know it, and I want it to happen, and it did.
And it did. You want to rip a Band-Aid off here?
I want to say more about the match first. The double knee spot near the end where Alma set the double knees into the ring post. Oh god, that hurt me. And Johnny Gargano is very underrated when it comes to selling. Like, when he gets hit by a move and he's selling it, he believably looks like he just took some fucking, like, a kick to the face. And it's really hard to sell sometimes with that. And I thought he did a very good job selling on that. But yeah, go ahead and rip my Band-Aid off.
Can we just rejoice in the fact that the superior member of DIY is back?
Shut your whore mouth.
I mean, Tommy. Tommaso. Glad you're back, buddy. That was brutal. The only thing that could have made what he did worse, and I know why they didn't do it, is if he attacked Candice.
So, I will say one thing that I very much appreciate in this storytelling is he did not interfere in the match. This happened after the match, and I think that made it much better because as much as I look forward to this, like, this storyline is going to be very good. I really want to watch all of it. But, like, yeah, he didn't interfere in anything, and it was really nice, and I was a big fan of him not interfering in the match and hitting him afterwards.
Can we give props to the production team on that, by the way? That way they shot the initial strike on Gargano's back with the crutch there. Like, there was no, like, it shocked everybody. Like, you couldn't even see behind him anything. It was perfect.
So I heard the audience react, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's actually here!" God damn it! I knew it was gonna be back soon, but I didn't want it yet.
Man, it was perfectly done, and as much shit as I give Kevin Dunn, like, or whoever was responsible for that one, like, good job. That's how you need to do that.
Also, the fucking, like, that crutch bent.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that, but it was like solid, like, back imprint from where he got hit.
It reminds me of the chair shot that rocked the Playing Field Sports Bar on Saturday. I forgot to mention that.
That's also pretty brutal. Yeah, Curtis Cole got hit with a chair shot, and my back hurt, and I didn't even get to see it because it was on the other side of the ring from where we were sitting.
But it was so loud.
I'm glad I didn't see that. My back was still sore from Adam Cole this weekend.
The best part about it too was we were talking to Curtis Cole at the end of the match.
Yeah,
and he's like, I got hit, and I was like, oh shit, oh, there's the adrenaline.
He told me that he legitimately thought he was dead for 5 seconds.
Yeah, props to the NXT writing team for doing this the way they did. I will say, Tommaso Ciampa's new shirt looks fucking dope.
Where do you see this ending? Like, what is the big payoff in this? What kind of match?
I feel like it's going to be a last man standing. It's going to be a last man standing match. I am convinced of that. I think that's the best way to end this, is a last man standing match.
And it's going to be a brutal match too.
You either do a last man standing match or an Iron Man match. And I think last man standing is a little bit better.
Iron Man.
That's the only way I can see going. I agree with you on it.
Iron Man fits their style a little bit better.
Yeah, which is why I thought that, that might be a good idea, because, their 2 out of 3 falls match with the Revival was very good, and letting them do a long match like that where there's multiple falls seems really nice. But
they'd never give them an hour, unfortunately, which is what they need to tell that story. but they would never, ever give them an hour. The crowd would just be dead after that.
Yeah, everyone would just die from the amount of stars that needed to be put into the world to give that match. Because like that's the other thing is like this match that we had on Saturday against Almas, who has been very hit or miss in his time in NXT. Dave Meltzer literally said that was the best WWE match he has ever seen, and I legitimately agree with him on that one.
Yeah, but I'm going to state this only because I always state it every time Big Dave is mentioned. Dave Meltzer, the god of star ratings.
He's just a wrestling fan, just like us.
Yeah, I know.
I know that, but at the same time, I was a big fan.
Dave Meltzer is
He
the
does
ultimate
have-
smark.
Yeah,
He does have hilarious sleepovers, so
yeah,
I wonder what sleepover was like for the Rumble.
yeah. So before we talk about the Rumble, I just want to bring up a couple things from the world of Japan. We also had new beginnings in Sapporo.
God, forgot about
Night
Japan.
1 was very good. I actually only watched the main event from night 1, but it was Minoru Suzuki defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Intercontinental title.
Hot.
Suzuki destroyed Tanahashi's knee in that. I was a big fan of that match. I know that probably none of you have watched that. That's really the only big highlight from that. The only other match that was for a title was the six-man tag, or the never open weight six-man tag championships. Bullet Club
I just gotta
successfully defended that, but night 2 is where the big story is. What were you gonna say, Chris?
I just gotta say that, people give a lot of crap to the E for having a bunch of titles. There's so many titles in Japan.
That is true.
There's so many.
So night 2, we saw some pretty bad things happening for the world of Bullet Club. Roppongi 3K defeated the Young Bucks for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Championships. And then in the main event, Switchblade Jay White defeated Kenny Omega for the U.S. title. But that's not the big story that came out of this. Guys, Kenny Omega, the fearless leader of the Bullet Club, successor of AJ Styles. He's been kicked out of the Bullet Club, guys.
Quote unquote. I mean, I was doing air quotes the entire time.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
nothing's
first of
100%
all-
confirmed. But Kenny Omega, so him and Cody Rhodes arguing as they have been doing for the last year. Cody shoves Kenny in frustration goes to shove Cody, ends up shoving, I think, Nick Jackson. And the Bucks walk out on him. It's just like a lot of pent up frustration from them as well. They just lost their tag belts. Then, everything happens. Just kind of more arguing. Looks like Cody's about to leave, decides to not leave, and then hits Kenny with the crossroads. And the rest of Bullet Club that is in the ring at the time start beating on Kenny Omega. And who comes to the save? One Kota Ibushi. The Golden Lovers have been reunited. And I am happy because Kota Ibushi Kenny Omega tag team is a thing that I have wanted since I started watching New Japan and started watching backlogs of New Japan.
Looks like we made it.
So in Cody's
Yours to the
defense-
greatest love that I have ever known.
All right, Zach's off the
Not
podcast.
Mike and Maria.
Zach, did you write a
Kenny
fanfic
and
about Kenny and Coda?
Yes, many. I gave it to Ghetto in Japan, and I think he finally started reading it and is putting it into fruition.
Look, nobody wants to read your fan fiction, okay?
I do.
So
All right, I'll send it to you, Josie. Josie, what's your incognito mode email?
oh, Zach got a fan fiction.
No, Anyone who wishes to send me fan fiction, feel free to do so. I will read it, rate it, and get it back to you.
Oh, Peyton Royce was doing that on the Instagram feed today.
I saw
Really?
that.
Did you capture that?
I did.
Please, everybody, send her short stories. She said she wants to read them.
Well,
Hey, I actually thought about doing that for YouTube, just reading fan fiction.
Josie, I think we found your pro wrestling wife.
Oh, he's got to fight me for her there. So in Cody's defense with the whole Kenny Omega thing, he was kind of a soft leader. Like, okay, when Adam Cole was there, I'm not saying that Kenny wasn't the real leader, but like you can figure out what I'm saying.
You said his name wrong. It's Adam Cole, baby.
Well, the Bebe was implied.
Get
But-
it right.
He was a weak leader at that point in time, so maybe Cody, being the genius he is, saw an opportunity there.
I mean, let's all call him by his correct name. His correct name is Baron Blade.
Cody? Yeah,
He looks
Draco
like
Malfoy.
He looks like the Baron Blade character that exists in the 2K games.
Matt Taven called him Draco Malfoy for the entirety of a match he was calling. I think that's his official name now.
I mean, that also sounds accurate. Yeah. So, I mean, I look forward to seeing what they do with this. But, you know, we'll see what happens.
And what a way to close out the weekend. We had the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Yeah. So we want to start with let's start with the pre-show.
Whew.
Did anybody watch the triple or the 6-man tag match between Kmart Rey Mysterios versus TJP, Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gulak?
Well, there's only one Kmart Rey Mysterio.
The other two are like they're not even like Kmart. It's like the
Dollar Tree.
Oh
the
no!
Dollar Tree and the
What?
I'm kidding, Chris.
Dollar Tree is a very reputable business. It's like the Family Dollar.
I'm starting to think that
What's
I'm
the one where
the.
stuff costs more than $1?
I'm starting to think that I'm the only one who appreciates 205 Live.
I didn't appreciate 205 Live. I was the only one who watched it live this week because you didn't. Because I asked you
Excuse
about
me?
it today.
I did watch it live this
I
week.
asked you about it today, and you said you didn't.
I
As
was
much as
obviously lying.
As much as I dislike Callisto, I actually really do like Grand Metalik.
Oh
and,
god, Grand Metalik is amazing.
Yeah, and Lince Dorado. Like, those two are awesome. They're like as awesome as Callisto should be, but isn't because he's kind of booty.
Yeah. Well, they beat the heel team. The one spot that I do remember from this match, which I thought was really funny, was Jack Gallagher went up to the top rope, and Drew Gulak, in his anti-top rope ways, started yelling at him. So Jack Gallagher went down to the middle rope and performed the move from the middle rope.
But that's slide number 3 on Drew Gulak's plan for a better 205 Live. No jumping from the middle rope.
So the second match on the pre-show was
We're
the
not even
Revival.
acknowledging that he broke the rules.
It's okay. We'll acknowledge it later.
God.
So the Revival defeated the Club. This is a rematch from Raw 25. It wasn't a squash like the last one was and went the other way. So I expect this feud to go on for a while. Honestly, I don't remember. I remember that I saw the end of this match, but I don't remember anything about the match.
Well, 50-50 booking makes it really hard to care sometimes.
That is true.
Well,
So the other thing,
The Revival
last
weren't ready
match-
at Raw 25. And also, we've established that Raw 25 is not canon.
That's also true.
Yes.
So the final match on the pre-show, Bobby Roode did the United States Open Challenge. Mojo Rawley came out.
Hype.
It was an okay match. I didn't actually catch the finish because we were on our way back from work to Josie's house to watch the Rumble.
It's average
did
HQ,
remember-
sir.
Yeah. I do remember reading that Mojo wasn't the original planned person to come out for it. Let me see if I can find what it was.
It's
If you guys
probably
can tell-
gender.
It wasn't gender. It was.
You'll find it, buddy.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a second. If you guys want to talk about this match, I honestly don't remember this match.
I don't have anything to say about it other than Bobby Roode successfully retained.
Yeah, go ahead and we'll talk about the AJ Styles Kevin Owens match.
All right, moving on.
Sami Zayn. That match, I didn't like this match.
You did.
I wanted to like. The ending was terrible.
I think
the ending ruined the entire match for me because the match felt like strangely paced as it was going, anyways.
The ending is kind of what it needed to be to build the story, though.
And I much prefer the way that they are making it work the way they did on SmackDown this week. So,
I mean,
Josh, what do you think of this match?
I didn't like the concept to begin with, and so I left the match feeling the same way I thought I would. Also, really no match at the Royal Rumble was going to satisfy me after what I watched on Saturday, so like
same.
it was okay.
That's true.
It was a WWE title match to open the show. It wasn't bad. Like we can say that it wasn't bad. I mean, it's not as good as anything that happened on TakeOver, but like we can't let TakeOver kind of like, I don't want to use the term poison, but I'm going to.
You can't be poisoned when you're so good.
Right. Like we can't let it poison our perception of what a good match is. It was still good. Like the beginning was really slow, but you guys, I've noticed a trend here. You guys haven't liked a whole lot of what's been going on with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I'm on the exact opposite side.
I like it, but I also don't like that they're going for a friendship breakup story for the third year in a row at Mania.
There's that, and like...
Let me finish.
No, just something... Yeah, go what you're going to say.
You guys
try to figure out what I want to
you
say
guys
about this.
thought the tag team championship match at... or not the tag team championship match. The tag team match at Clash of Champions was overbooked. I think it was overbooked on purpose. Like, everything feels like it's being done on purpose. Like, there's a much larger story being told here.
Oh, I'm aware of it.
And I don't think that's actually going to end in a friendship breakup. I think Sammy and Kevin are going to have their spat, and then I think they're going to be like, okay, that's fine. Let's come back together and let's keep doing this. I don't think we're going to see the end of the Yep movement anytime soon. I just think that this is all very carefully crafted together to get us to
get the breakup.
Yeah, to get us to think it's that way.
As long as it ends with those two with the titles around their waist at Mania, like the tag titles, we're golden.
I would be okay with that.
The other thing that they're doing with this too is they're already starting to tease it now, and I don't know how I feel about them teasing it already.
It's way too early.
Yeah.
But like I said, this could be just like a gigantic swerve, or it could just be like it could be the conflict that makes the friendship stronger.
I don't know if SmackDown Creative is... I don't want to say something too mean here, but competent?
You've already said it. It's already out there.
I'm not going to say it, but they're not blank enough to pull that off.
But they are. They just need to do it in the right way. There's a lot of things for storylines are never set in stone. Like a lot of the stuff that you see on TV is just stuff that's done on the fly. So like, I don't know. We could see something crazy. We could not.
Yeah.
We could see a breakup story. We could see a tag team story. Like there's just a lot of things that we can see from this point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Josh. I think that if we're going for the tag team best friend breakup again, I just don't care. Like I've seen it too many times in the last year and a half.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we
And,
definitely
like-
have.
And like
Over it.
these two, like I know are like the best of friends in real life. So the friendship angle with them is really good. I'm really enjoying Sami Zayn as a heel. I did not think you could ever turn Sami Zayn heel, and they've managed to make Sami Zayn a heel that I actually enjoy.
God, he's such a dick, and it's so great.
Like I said when he turned heel for the first time, he's doing the same stuff that he was doing as a face when he comes out, but for some reason now it's like super annoying, and I think that is a fantastic way to do it.
Well, it's like that ex that you break up with. It's like, oh man,
Yeah, like
every little thing you do is amazing, and then it's like you have that breakup, and it's like, oh man, everything you do pisses me the fuck off.
yeah,
Well, I mean, his theme song's still fire, so.
Right?
it is.
It's just
yeah,
perfect.
So up next we had the Usos in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown Tag Titles against Benjables. That's what I'm
So-
calling them. I refuse to call them anything else.
It's not like they're going to be a tag team much longer anyway. Did you hear the reaction they got?
No,
It
I
was
didn't.
silent.
That's because there wasn't a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
That's-
do not give a shit about this tag team, which is unfortunate because the individuals, competitors of Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are phenomenal.
No, definitely. I think that Chad Gable is one of the most underrated wrestlers in WWE right now.
Well, it's because Jason Jordan was the dead weight.
And Shelton Benjamin is just amazing talent all around. So, the things I didn't like about this match, I didn't like the way it ended. The roll-up finish at the end just felt like the weirdest way to end a 2 out of 3 falls match like
Well,
that.
we ended 2 matches in a row the same way too.
Yeah, also that. And like
Yeah.
in like the 2-0 finish, I will say that I do enjoy that because usually when you have 2 out of 3 falls matches, it's always one fall, and then they go fight off for the last fall. And the other thing that I really enjoyed about it is they kept the first fall until like the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, that was
'Cause-
so cool.
Because the thing that the other thing that I really hate about just WWE matches in general when they're 2 out of 3 falls matches is they just end abruptly.
Well, the
Because-
first fall is usually just like an out of the gate fall.
Yeah,
Like for instance, the Iron Man match between the Hardys and the Bar. The first fall was a bro kick, and
right out of the gate.
yeah.
I
and
thought that
on
was
Hardy-
I thought that was fine, to be honest.
Well, yeah,
Like, I didn't really
it
have a
keeps
problem
them.
with that.
It keeps the Bar surprising, which is kind of hard to do right now.
Yeah.
There's a fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Your computer's running hot.
It's not. No, it's not hot. It's when I built this thing, I had a bunch of leftover fans from my old computer, and I thought I thought I was using my brand new ones. The super quiet ones.
Look, Josie, you're not supposed to leave the case open and set like an actual fan next to it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
like a room fan.
Yeah. So yeah, later this weekend, I'm actually gonna swap out the fans for the the newer, quieter one.
Dude, nice. Anyway,
I mean, Christmas wishes he had a fan,
I wish I had a fan. I wish I had many fans. I wish I had all the fans.
You gotta be likable and successful for that, like Tom Brady.
Okay.
So up next, we had the Men's Royal Rumble as the third match on the main show for the Royal Rumble. I think we were all really confused that this happened like immediately. At first, I thought that when you do the Royal Rumble as the third match, I had a very strange feeling. I was like, oh shit, Reigns is winning this, and they're putting this in the middle of the show so that people will stop caring near the end of the show.
Well, that's just not true because Philly was gonna just destroy that place.
Exactly. And then like the more that I watched it, I was like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have the women's one as the main event. That's fair.
Which is that was
And
a
you
really
need some
good
buffer. I thought that you could probably put the tag title match that was after this before the Rumble, but it was really good. So Finn and Rusev started off. Rusev is just massively over. I feel like at this point he has to turn face
He does.
sometime soon.
No.
I think him
Super
as
over
a
heel.
face. No, I think him as a face going into a feud with a heel Bobby Roode would be really awesome.
Dare I say glorious?
We'll save that.
Well, okay, so, like, the unfortunate thing is that Rusev and Bobby, neither one of them can be heels. Because we've had this conversation about Bray Wyatt, we had this conversation about Bobby Roode to a much lighter extent earlier. People who, during someone's entrance, like, if you have the reaction that those two guys have during their entrance, they're not... It's almost impossible to make them a heel. Almost impossible. You'd have to cut off their momentum.
Plus, Rusev has one of those dastardly "you can't trust him" accents.
Right. Well, okay. But, like, if someone is that over to that extent and they get that much of a reception, a pop when they get in there, there's just no way. There's absolutely no way that you can make them a bad guy. Unless you pull the rug out from under him. Change Bobby Roode's entrance track and end Rusev Day.
Yeah, so a couple of big things that I really enjoyed about this Rumble. Heath Slater came out right after as Baron Corbin was eliminated and just gets blindsided. It takes him...
He was the best part of the Rumble.
It took him 6 more entrants to finally get in there, and that was when Sheamus came out, was a nice person, threw him into the ring, and then Sheamus gets immediately eliminated by Heath Slater. That was
why would you do that to somebody who's trying to help you? Like, come on.
Hilarious.
Because it's super funny. No, Heath Slater was the most enjoyable part of the early half of the Rumble, where, like, you aren't going to get, like, a real winner out of that. You're just going to get entertainment value.
Definitely. I thought this was just hilarious. Some other big things. I popped pretty hard when Andrade came out at number 7. Just yelled El Idolo because I was super excited by that.
He did. The neighbors woke up.
I don't think that we've had the NXT champion in the Rumble before, so I thought that was really cool to do. Sami Zayn stopped Ty Dillinger from being 10 again. I thought that so when Sami Zayn was like, "No, I got this," and jumped into that, I was honestly expecting Kevin Owens to take somebody else's spot later on in the show. So it was pretty surprising that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Another really big thing that I thought was really cool was Kofi Kingston. His save this year was very hilarious. So,
if not frustrating.
So Xavier Woods had just been eliminated, I think by Jinder. Yeah, eliminated by Jinder. Kofi Kingston gets tossed out of the ring by Jinder Mahal. His one foot hits the ground. His other foot lands on Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods just grabs his foot and just has this, like, avenge me face. So then, out of nowhere, Big E comes around, because he was also eliminated by Jinder Mahal, takes a plate of pancakes for Kofi to use as his second footing. And they, like, try to get into the ring, and Jinder Mahal's blocking him, so then they just leapfrog him over Jinder Mahal. And then they eliminate Jinder. Unfortunately, he was just, like, immediately eliminated by Andrade almost.
Well, I told you why they do that.
Power only works for so long.
I told you why they do that. You remember, right?
Yeah.
That's about the time he would be eliminated from the Rumble anyway. So, like, just in case there's a mistake or something, they've already accounted for him being gone.
Yeah.
I love Rumbles.
All I know is I'm all about pancakes right now. I feel like New Day lost a bet as to something, and somebody told him couldn't get pancakes over.
I don't know what that is, but it's just hilarious. And I think one of the funniest things that I've seen recently with that was on SmackDown this week. It was in the Fatal 4-Way for the number 1 contender for the U.S. title, And Big E is just on the right by the announce table, just hucking pancakes at Corey. To the point where even Byron Suxton was like, "Can you guys stop that, please?"
Oh man, obviously you have to throw more if Byron asks you to stop.
Yeah, do everything that Byron tells you not to do because, well,
Because
you know, he Suxton.
Yeah, so big pops of the night. We popped super hard when the Hurricane came out.
oh man, stand back.
Huge fan of Gregory Helms.
The
And
only
did
mistake
not
they
expect
made.
this one at all.
I tried to become his
They
friend
should
on
have let him
Facebook.
hit the choke slam.
Didn't work.
Oh yeah, the best part was he went for the choke slam on John Cena. And I agree,
They should have let him hit it.
they should have let him hit it, but John Cena was like the entrant right before that, so it was pretty like not
It was
a
not
thing
about
that
to
he was
happen.
going to be. Yeah. And then 2 later we had Adam Cole Baby coming out.
And he lasted for like 20, 30 minutes.
He was in there for 6 minutes and 52 seconds.
It felt like
I haven't.
forever.
It did feel like forever because it was near the end.
And also because he was dead the night before.
And then, I think the biggest pop of the night for everyone in the room was Rey Mysterio at number 27.
Yes.
How did they keep that one secret? Because I had no fucking idea.
And
I
Rey
didn't
Mysterio looks
see
like without a
any-
mask.
I didn't see anything. I have seen Rey Mysterio without a mask. There
we
are
all
pictures
have.
of him on the internet.
WCW, he ran around without a mask for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, most people don't though.
Yeah, but they. So if you look on Gregory Helms or Shane Helms' Facebook account, I'm almost friends with him. I swear to God, I'm getting there. He has a picture of him bundled up and like looking like he belongs in the Arctic, because the only thing you can see on him are his eyes. And he's like, "This is how you get into the Royal Rumble unnoticed."
Yeah. So we had Roman at 28, we had Goldust at 29, and then a thing that I swear to God, somebody at WWE is listening to this show, because what did I say? I said take Dolph Ziggler off TV. What did you say, Chris? You said put him in the Rumble at number 30.
And I said give him the U.S. Championship, which they did. They did all of those things.
Yeah, they did every single thing that we said to fix Dolph Ziggler. And, it was really nice.
Oh man.
I honestly thought that if Dolph Ziggler's coming in at 30 and it's a surprise like that, I figured he would probably win. Instead, he lasted like 2 minutes.
Which is fine. Like, you have that memorable return.
Yeah.
You just don't have him win. That's fine. You needed to make room for that 3-on-3 spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say one of the coolest things for that 3-on-3 spot was you had Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena staring down Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, and who was Roman?
Yeah. How'd you forget the other half of the final two?
Yeah. God, near the end, I honestly thought they were going to get to Roman. I was so worried. And when he got eliminated, I was so fucking hyped.
We all had chills running down our spine. I remember. We fell silent until the last Kinshasa.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was really good to see Shinsuke Nakamura win that. Immediately after the Rumble, they asked him who is he facing at WrestleMania. He said
AJ Styles.
So, super excited to see that match. I'm a huge fan of...
God, I can't wait for a Wrestle Kingdom 10 rematch. It's going to be so good.
So after this, we had Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar. They defeated Seth Rollins and Crybaby Jason Jordan for the Raw Tag Team titles. This match was really weird, and I thought I was very confused by the way it was booked. And then reading about stuff later, it does appear that Jason Jordan isn't legitimately hurt, so they wanted him out of the match as much as possible.
They want him out of they want him out of everything as much as possible.
Yeah, so I think that's part of the reason why. So yeah, Seth Rollins, who had been in the Royal Rumble for a good amount of time. Let me see what the
Oh my
exact time
God,
was. He was in the Rumble for 22 minutes.
He had an Iron Man like a performance.
He also eliminated Cesaro from the Rumble.
Yeah, he did. He did. Oh my God! And then he proceeds to have like a 15 to 20 minute. I don't want to call it a match because it was more like a murder.
Yeah, like Jason Jordan took a not even a bad bump, which is one of the reasons why it felt so awkward. And just acted completely woozy outside the ring. Took him forever to actually get the hot tag. He gets the hot tag, steps in, has this look of
does the concussion thing.
Yeah. Which is really funny because I was talking to you about how the Dudley Boys at the 2001 Royal Rumble felt really weird because of the concussion thing. And then they do the exact same thing with Jason Jordan there. And he just almost like a wave off, but tag Seth Rollins at the same time.
It's just I can't be in this match. Let's go.
Yeah, and then Seth Rollins gets pinned by the bar.
Continues to
get this
murdered.
match was still according to Wikipedia, it was 12 minutes long. So, Seth Rollins, fucking workhorse of the century at the Royal Rumble this year.
Right? Dude deserves something huge this year.
Yeah. And I think that makes the bar 4-time champions now.
Yep, they are 4-time tag team champions. 4-time Raw tag team champions. Did you see the picture that Sheamus posted on Facebook following the tag title win because it was his birthday?
Maybe. Which one was it?
So he's got his arms spread. He's wearing Guinness trunks, a black Guinness labeled variation of his trunks, and he's got on one arm he's got the old World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh,
He's got
I did see
the WWE Championship. Around his waist, he has the Raw Tag Team Championship. On the other arm, he has the Bronze WWE Tag Team Championship. He has the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And then the last one is the United States Championship. He's he's just missing one.
Yeah, the best part about it, too, is he's I owe all my WWE titles to hard work and my big booty to Sasha Banks. That was the part that made no sense. I'll post it in the chat.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so after that, we had Bork Laser versus Kane and Braun Smash. Triple threat for the Universal title. We all knew the ending of this.
However, there were a lot of hard shots in this one.
There was one where, God, what was it? Oh yeah, so Braun hits this really stiff knee to Brock's head.
Totally an accident.
Just
100% an
Brock
accident.
was just stop being so fucking stiff and just decks him in the face
twice
in the side of the head. Yeah.
Oh. Kane has to come up and chokeslam them both and tell him to shut the hell up and act professionally.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I don't know if you actually heard. I rewatched this match. And, if you listen with headphones, you can hear Kane say, "Calm down."
Yeah,
to both of them when he chokeslams them.
Because Brock got really hot, and Braun was like, "Okay, I might have a concussion."
Yeah.
In Brock's defense, roid rage is a pretty weird thing, especially when you're jealous of the fact that this other person's way more over than you'll ever be.
Whoa, allegedly. Allegedly.
Is it alleged when you can't compete in UFC because you got popped for steroids, or?
Right now it's allegedly.
He wasn't popped for steroids. He was popped for something else. But it was pretty close.
Something totally legal in WWE, but not legal anywhere else.
Yeah. So yeah, this match was really good. Brock got revenge for I think it was a Fatal 5-Way.
It was the Fatal 5-Way and the Go Home show.
Where
both Raw 25 and where Braun tipped a table over onto him.
Yeah. The best part about that was on our prediction sheets. We have to mark down whether or not a table will get destroyed, and they didn't count it as destroyed because it was just flipped over.
What?
Yeah,
That's the goddamn dumbest.
yeah. Like I said, we pretty much knew the exact way this match was going to end. It was going to end with Kane eating a pin.
That whole ringside area, like dude, that place was a mess at the end. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Broken tables all over the ring.
Yeah, it was a really good match. I enjoyed it, but it was just
It was probably the best that a Brock Lesnar match can be.
yeah. So after that, main event time, we have the Women's Royal Rumble.
Did you hear that it made history?
I did not hear that, but you know.
Oh God, how could you not? They wouldn't shut up about it.
You guys know there's a drinking game for that where if you took a shot every time that Stephanie McMahon said history, like you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Not Adam Cole dead, but actually dead.
Real dead.
So stuff that happened in this. We started off with Sasha and Becky. I got one of my starters correct on that one. Sasha was the Iron Woman for the Rumble this year. I really like what they're doing with Sasha right now. They're kind of switching back to the whole boss character from the NXT. Like, she's been a lot more aggressive, and I really like it.
They're making her credible.
You just like aggressive women.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm kidding. Everybody, I'm kidding. Please don't be mad at me.
yeah. So
Please be mad at him.
Our first surprise entrance was Lita at number 5.
Yes.
She hit a Lita Salt. She had 2 eliminations. She eliminated Mandy Rose and Tamina. I think Tamina.
Who's Tamina?
Yeah, I don't even know.
What's a Tamina?
Yeah, discount Nia.
Okay, that's not very nice to say about a person. Come on.
Well, wait. Is Tamina the scrawny blonde one who's like a Carmella ripoff?
Oh my god.
No, that's Liv Morgan.
I have no idea who this Tamina character is.
I don't think you're lying, actually, now that I think about it.
So number 6, we had Kairi Sane. She hit 2 insane elbows.
2.
The thing that surprised me the most about Kairi Sane being in this is she was eliminated by Dana Brooke.
Well,
she's the one with the yacht personality, right?
Go Titus Worldwide.
oh yes, they did say yacht personality on air.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yacht, not pirate. Yacht. That was so goddamn dumb.
Next surprise entrant was Tori Wilson, who was pretty much just almost immediately eliminated by Sonya Deville, who came after her.
Well, she has to go back to aging like a fine bottle of wine.
Oh my god.
Lucky her, my ex aged like milk.
I don't.
No joke. Tori Wilson still looks like she's 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she aged.
I'm gonna look this up because, like,
She's in her 40s.
she is 42 and she looks like she's 20.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if she had work done or something, but like,
Whoa, nobody
she
has
does
work
not
done.
look- Shut up.
It's natural. It's
You're-
all natural.
You are kidding yourself if you think that.
If you honestly think that, I have a bridge for sale for you.
No, dude, where is it?
Oh Lord.
Also, did you know that I'm the Prince of Prussia?
What?
Yeah,
That's not a
the
real
Prince
place.
of Prussia.
That's not a
I
real
mean,
place.
I'm the king of Colorado, so it's possible.
Well, that's just a fact.
I am also the Emperor of Siam.
All right, let's keep going. Let's stop trying to scam me.
So number 12, surprise entrance. We had Molly Holly. Molly Holly looked really good in this,
Dude, right? I
she
didn't know-
eliminated-
Always the most underrated female star from that era.
I didn't know
Yeah,
how much
she
I
even got an
missed her.
elimination. She eliminated Sarah Logan.
I didn't know how much I missed her until after we saw her, and I was like, "Oh man, I missed this person."
She was fantastic when she was first around too. Like,
Apparently, she's a school teacher now.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Tells all of her students,
yeah,
"Be sure to watch me
yeah.
on Sunday. I'll be playing
Actually,
the
you got on Reddit. If you go to Squared Circle, they got the reaction of her students watching her in the Rumble.
Nice. That's cool.
So number 14, we had Mrs. Undertaker, Michelle McCool.
Which that's super cool.
Yeah.
Her
She
ring
was-
gear really annoyed me for some reason.
What?
There are rumors of her actually sticking around for
Yeah.
a little bit.
You're just
I wouldn't-
nitpicking.
No, I am nitpicking, but for some reason, it just like something bothered me about her ring gear, and I don't know what it was. I think it was like the things on her arm. But yeah, she had the most eliminations in this Rumble, which I thought was also pretty interesting.
Yeah, she
Oh, yeah.
went Terminator on everyone.
Yeah, she eliminated Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, Molly Holly, and Lana.
Okay, do 3 of those people really count?
No. So
No.
next surprise entrance, Chris's favorite of the night.
Oh.
Chris legitimately went fucking crazy when
I was
she came
so
out.
excited.
Excuse me, Chris.
Oh my god, it was the best thing ever.
Vicky
You can't-
Guerrero came out.
You can't tell
And it
me
was
you do
hilarious.
not miss her because she is such a fucking heat
Okay.
magnet.
I will
God.
say, I do miss Vicky Guerrero. My earbuds do not.
Oh my god. See, I got him to
Yes,
admit it. Guys, I got him to admit it. Somebody
Do you
get a
guys
sound
think
bit of that.
she was the injury fill-in for Alicia Fox?
Probably.
It's possible.
I
I
would,
don't
I would
know.
say
Like
so.
her spots felt very like planned. So
Everything there was like we called and we talked about it like a week beforehand.
yeah.
Well, excuse me, Chris.
Excuse me, Josh. I said
Excuse
excuse me.
Oh God, please no.
Next couple, the next 2 surprise entrants were pretty like didn't really do anything. We had Kelly and Jacqueline. Both looked really
Well-
good though.
Kelly hasn't aged a bit.
Well, yeah, she
That's what
hasn't
happens
because
when
it's
you
only
don't
been like
actually
5
do
years.
anything.
It's only been 5 years.
Okay,
Ish.
and she has as much talent as she had before, which is none.
Moving
Hey,
on.
I hate Ava Marie. Fuck Kelly. Can we never see her again?
Ooh, wow.
Like, seriously, Ava Marie was useless, but she got a reaction.
Kelly getting some heat from the average guys.
Yeah, she'd have to be a real wrestler for her to get heat.
Oh my god. Oh man. God, I wish I could say that this was just an act, but nope, he's actually this much of a douche.
I hate Kelly.
Alrighty then.
Yes. So up
It
next,
could have been iconic, Chris. It would have been iconic.
Up next, we had Nia Jax come in. She eliminated a good amount of people. She eliminated Ruby Riott, Kelly, Naomi, and Jacqueline.
She basically played the part of the broom. She swept everyone out.
I will say one thing that, and I said it during the Rumble, and I said it's why she wasn't going to win. Nia Jax has the big show problem with the Royal Rumble. She's too big to feasibly win.
Oh, but she won, didn't she? Because it's impossible for her to go over that top rope.
Well, Asuka, Bailey, Brie Bella, Natalia, Nikki Bella, and Trish Stratus all threw her over. So
Well,
It did get one of the funnier calls of the night when that happened.
Mm.
Which is, I forget who said it, but they're like, oh, I think they're going to need more twins.
Oh,
Because it was the Bella twins that started it.
yeah.
Oh man,
So after
that sounds like a Corey
after Nia
Graves.
Jax, we had Ember Moon come out. That was pretty cool. She's still selling her injuries from last night. She had her arm bandaged up and everything.
Which I saw frustrated the hell out of you. Go on.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. After that, we had Beth Phoenix. I kind of expected this one. She's been doing a lot of work for them lately. She's doing commentary for the Mixed Backs Challenge. So
Which it was
She's
nice
a-
to see some form of edge in a Royal Rumble.
yeah, I wasn't a big fan of how like little she lasted. Like she met up with her old pal Natalia, and Natalia pretty much just chucked her out immediately. Like
And also,
Now,
speaking of that, I do want to get something off my chest. I'm sorry.
What's that?
When Michelle McCool came out, when Nikki Bella came out, when Beth Phoenix came out, and there was one other. Instead of chanting for them, they instead chanted for their husbands, which was kind of frustrating.
In Nikki Bella's defense, John Cena does suck.
Yeah,
Whew.
they were chanting John Cena sucks when Nikki Bella came out.
Yeah, and Philly really does hate John Cena.
Well,
I'm pretty sure those are the people who chanted Cena sucks cock.
they cheered pretty hard for him during the Rumble, though.
That's so weird.
They were super excited when, well, they were really mad when Ray got eliminated. But, you know, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
So at 25, we had the eventual winner, Asuka. Thinking back on this, I do agree with the unnamed roommate of Josie.
Kevin?
The biggest problem,
The other
biggest
Kevin.
problem with Asuka is, you put her in these things, it's almost inevitable that she's going to win until they break the streak.
Well, okay,
And when
so
they break the streak, it's going to be fine and it's going to be okay, and we're not going to be able to be like, okay, well, Asuka's in there, she's going to win it. Because when you're going for smart money on predictions, you're going to vote Asuka pretty much every time.
Except for this was an opportunity for her to lose and not really have it count against the streak.
right, like
Yeah.
that's another thing too. Like Ava Marie, we were just talking about her. You remember her?
She eliminated Asuka from a battle royale in NXT, if I recall.
Very correct. It still didn't count as a loss to Asuka's record because battle royals don't have losers; they only have winners.
So after we do this, I want to talk about how I think they should end Asuka's streak, but I'm gonna continue talking about the Rumble.
And after the Rumble,
so-
I have something to plug too.
So
I'm going
So
to
one
get
thing-
Mania too.
No,
So one thing that I did enjoy about Asuka coming into this match when she did was she came in, Ember Moon was there and like turned around and like I was like, "Oh, I remember you. How's it going? Oh, look at your arm. What'd you do there?"
they were smiling
then
at each
just-
other, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, and then Asuka gets hit with not the howling, the eclipse. I don't know why I want to call it the howling. That's
It's the howling
what's it-
moon. Howl at the moon.
it's one of the British wrestlers. His finisher is the howling. It's the big dude that does the moonsault.
I don't know. I don't watch Impact.
No, it's British wrestler
Oh, well.
from the UK tournament.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his name.
Then we had Mickie James come out. We had the Bella Twins come out in succession. I honestly didn't expect Brie to show up.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward.
And it was partially because of what you said and partially because of
well, because the thing is, like,
I honestly don't think she wanted to come back. And like I think it's because of what you said. You were saying
she doesn't wrestle out of respect for Daniel.
yeah, so I was like Nikki Bella came out and I was like, okay, well Nikki's coming out, so I don't expect Brie. And then Brie came out and I'll be 1000% honest on this. I think Brie is the much better Bella, both when it comes to looks and when it comes to talent.
That's always been the case.
But they look the
And-
exact same.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They really don't. Like
But-
there is very like definable differences between them.
So, like, Brie doesn't wrestle because Bryan can't wrestle. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle.
Also
So,
just had a kid.
right. So her being at the Rumble, what does that tell you about DB's future?
Shout outs to Birdie Brie.
Yeah, shoutouts to Birdie. What does that tell you about Daniel Bryan's future? Because I know every podcast talks about Daniel Bryan, and I just want to get that off our chest real quick.
I think he's gonna wrestle, but it's not gonna be WWE. There are rumors that he turned down a huge contract that they offered him, and that tells me that the contract said we're not gonna let you wrestle, and he wants to wrestle.
Right. I believe that. Anyway,
I don't know for sure with him.
So number 30, 29 was Bailey. 30, we had Trish Stratus. We had totally forgot that Alicia Fox was injured, so we were expecting that to be Alicia Fox. So we did get legitimately surprised by Trish coming out. It makes sense to have Trish at 30 though.
She was already there.
Yeah, some of the cool spots they had were the Mickie James Trish Stratus stare down.
Yes.
Her hitting the Stratusfaction on who did she hit that on? I think it was
Both
I think
the
it
Bellas.
was it a Bella? I thought it was Sasha.
Oh, it was both of the Bellas.
Yeah, it was a double Stratusfaction.
Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't she hit? She hit Sasha with another move too, didn't she?
She got Sasha with the Stratusfaction. There was 3 attempted Stratusfactions.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. So Sasha eliminated Bailey, which I feel like is going to lead to something in the near future, which I really want them to do, honestly. Then Trish eliminated Natalya. Sasha eliminated Trish. And then the Bellas eliminated Sasha after Sasha was like, all right, well, Asuka's still in here. So the Bellas kind of teamed up with Sasha to beat Asuka. Asuka went down.
And that's
wasn't eliminated.
That's a stable I kind of want to see. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Like, the Bellas and Sasha, like, that might actually be a hot money stable.
Oh, God, please no.
Yeah, so then Sasha gets eliminated by the Bellas. Then you have the twins team up on Asuka, and then Asuka beats him down, or gets down again. Nikki eliminates her sister, so honestly, I could see them doing a Bella v Bella match at Mania. Sounds terrible.
Say that.
Don't want it to happen
ever.
I can honestly see it happening again.
Just give me that stable. Just give me that stable, and I'll be happy with everything the Bellas do.
But the people love matches between 2 part-timers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so then we had Asuka win the Rumble. Alexa and Charlotte come into the ring. Who are you going to face? Joan Jett gets a huge paycheck.
And
if
Ronda
anybody
Rousey comes out.
With Ronda Rousey's entrance, if anybody on their Royal Rumble drinking game sheets had pointing at the sign, take a drink, there was no alcohol left on the planet.
Yeah, she pointed at the sign like 4 or 5 times. She pointed at it when she came into the ring, like offered a handshake to Asuka. Asuka smacked it out. She pointed at the sign again, left the ring, pointed at the sign, shook Stephanie's hand, pointed at the sign again, walked up to the ramp, and then pointed at it again. It's just like, okay, we get it. You want to go to WrestleMania.
And because of Kevin Dunn, we have no idea if she pointed at the sign when she walked out.
Yeah.
God damn it, Kevin Dunn. I need to know if she pointed.
This whole Rousey thing's getting a lot of heat from their female employees.
Oh, yeah.
Completely correct to do it, but while the claims that overshadowed the Rumble are true, that was the only time to do that. You have people who don't normally watch wrestling, they're watching the Royal Rumble,
expecting to see Ronda
Rousey.
Rousey.
About Ronda Rousey.
But like, if that's what you're doing, okay,
you might have put Mania like another.
I'm gonna be really frustrated for a second, so let me get on my soapbox.
Well, go for it.
I'm gonna be frustrating too, so please work with me. Why don't you just switch the Royal Rumbles? I get it, it's the first women's Royal Rumble, but if you're gonna do the ending like that, don't put it on last.
Yeah,
I think they wanted the ending. I agree with you, but I think that the reason they do it is they want the ending to that ending frame to be Ronda Rousey staring into the ring with the 2 champions and Asuka.
If this doesn't,
that's the ending frame we got.
Oh my god, I know. It was awful.
The dirt sheets are saying that's not even gonna be the match that we have. Like, she's not gonna be in a title match.
Yeah, so
Asuka could, in theory, pick from 3 opponents. She's the Royal Rumble winner. They'll do whatever they want with her. She could have 3 opponents for Mania. Opponent 1, Alexa Bliss. Honestly, I think the weakest of the 3. Opponent 2, Charlotte, which is what I really hope for. I wanted to jump brands and go for Charlotte because they didn't do that with Shinsuke. Yeah, I want them to show that someone can jump brands. And with the way they were promoting the Rumble, it almost made it feel like that could happen. Because they always said, like, you could go after either champion. And it's like, well, why would you go after the champion on your brand? or whatever.
Here's what I think. Here's what I see happening. I want the Charlotte match. I agree with you.
Yes.
They announced the Elimination Chamber last night or Monday on Raw.
Gross.
What I see happening is we have the women's Royal or Elimination Chamber. Someone that's not Bliss is going to win that, and Asuka's going to challenge that person. I think it's going to. I think it's going to be Sasha. Something tells me it's going to be Sasha, because I think like we have no idea who's going to be in this Elimination Chamber match except for Bliss. I think that the Elimination Chamber match it's what, 5 people?
It's gonna be 6.
6. So you have Alexa, you have Sasha, Bailey,
Nia.
probably Nia. You have 2 extra spots. Who the hell do you want to put in there?
Well, obviously Kelly.
Yeah, of course. What other Raw wrestlers are there? Maybe Mickey James, maybe Sonya and Mandy Rose. There's not a lot of women on Raw. It's
No, there
weird.
is not.
Yeah, so that's probably what you end up doing. And then you have
They might have a couple women on
Asuka versus
SmackDown.
Sasha. I think Sasha versus Asuka is the better match between the 2 choices that I have.
The
if
Raw
my
champions.
Yeah, if my 2 choices are Alexa versus Asuka and Sasha versus Asuka, give me Sasha versus Asuka.
Well, the third opponent was that she just drops the idea of a women's title altogether and goes after Ronda.
Which is the dumbest decision if
No,
they make that.
I agree.
No, but you could also have Ronda go for a title belt. That's way stupider.
Well, there's also a foreshadowed event where it's Triple H and Stephanie versus Ronda and The Rock.
The big rumor right now that is if The Rock isn't able to do that, do you know who his fill-in is?
Isn't it Braun?
Braun!
Oh God, he's gonna murder Triple H, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Well, and that stems from the rumors of or the heat that they had at the end of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So like, there's actually precedent for it, which is why I'm not like vehemently opposed to it.
Yeah, but the Rock Triple H story has kind of been brewing since WrestleMania 31.
Yeah. So
I just don't want to see Ronda near a title. Like,
Not
she's
right
getting
now.
a lot of people talking about the WWE, and that was the correct time to pull the trigger, even if the timing was really
Shitty.
shitty. It was the best of the shitty times, because at least you're going to get a lot of eyes on it. And,
So
I watched
shitty.
that match with a bunch of people who normally do not watch wrestling, and they were legitimately excited that Ronda Rousey was there.
Who the hell are you
I
watching
had-
it with?
I was picking up the dog from my parents, and they were watching it there.
You have cool
They
parents.
also don't understand Bailey.
nobody understands what they're doing with Bailey right now.
But they liked her.
She just
I mean-
wants a hug, guys.
I also like Bailey.
I love Bailey.
So, I did mention it during when we were talking about the Rumble. I have a way to end Asuka's streak
Oh God.
that doesn't hurt Asuka and still makes her look strong. And I know you're gonna hate this, Chris.
Is it?
I know you're gonna hate this.
You're gonna make me cry.
Let
So-
me guess it real quick. Is it that she's facing Dana Brooke and a returning Emma comes through the crowd with like a stun gun, tases Asuka, and then Dana Brooke beats her, only to just lay down the next night and give the belt to Emma?
Hold on. As a fellow Titus Worldwide member, that's actually not the worst case scenario.
It elevates our brand.
Oh,
okay,
Josh, you
so-
didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Chris asked Titus what it took to become part of Titus Worldwide, and Titus retweeted his tweet. So we're taking that as
We're in?
all you have to do is ask.
Right?
Oh man, we're in, guys. They said we never amount to anything.
Well, I mean, we still won't.
All right.
Before your Asuka
okay.
thing, I
Okay.
do want to point out that I just received word that at the IWC show, I think it's called Lucha Mania. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mario, because I know you're in here listening, you cheeky bastard. We have another talent announced for the show. 100%. Oh, yeah. 100%. Josh Woods will be at the show on March 11th at the Imperium Event Center in Denver, Colorado.
Denver?
Question mark? Colorado.
Sure you won't still be in Germany at that time?
So that means confirmed for this show. We have Laredo Kid, which will be an interview that I'll be posting that you guys will listen to later on in the pre-recorded version. If you are not listening to the pre-recorded version, just go click on the link that we did the interview with Laredo Kid. It's awesome. I yelled at Zach a lot after. It was great.
Super fun. He's a very nice guy.
Oh, dude, he's awesome. Cowboy James Storm, guaranteed appearance. God, there are so many, and I forgot half of them.
Robbie E.
Robbie E is going to be there. Robbie E is actually going to be in a match with Colorado's own Delta Jr., which is going to be so good, because Delta Jr. is awesome. So fun to watch. The last IWC show that they did, the last March, Delta Jr. was in that match with Yoshitatsu, which blew everyone's mind. It was amazing.
It was a very good match.
Yes. But yeah, that's my plug. Make sure that you keep listening to the show, because we're going to have tickets to give away very soon.
Yay!
Plugs.
Yeah,
Tell me your story for Asuka.
Okay. So here's the situation. And I'm Chris, Josh. I know that we had the plan to do our Dream WrestleMania card. This is going to be my first match. Can I have this be my first submission for this match?
No, because it has to be booked in chronological order.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bring it back up when we come to this. But so here's the situation. And I may change this in my Dream WrestleMania because I want to change some booking. Asuka won the Royal Rumble. Go to the Elimination Chamber. We have the Elimination Chamber with 2 whatevers, and then the other 4 that I said. Sasha wins the Elimination Chamber. Sasha goes into WrestleMania as champion against Asuka.
I don't like this.
Sasha and Asuka have a fantastic match.
Still don't like it.
Asuka wins the match.
Okay, yeah. I'm down.
It's been a long, hard-fought
Oh,
match.
shit, Carmella.
Carmella
Oh,
comes in,
no.
cashes in the Money in the Bank contract,
Oh, God.
pins Asuka, jumps brands. Carmella becomes the Raw Women's Champion. Next night on Raw, Asuka issues her rematch
And
clause
destroys Carmella.
and destroys Carmella.
Please, yes.
Wow.
That's what I want.
I think that this idea is FABULOUS. It's fabulous.
Oh, my God. Judge, did he spell that correctly? Josie.
God damn it.
I mean,
I know she spells it correctly in her song, but every time I hear it, I feel like it's wrong.
Yeah. So yeah,
And
like,
Zach, you're not off. It's exactly what they're gonna do.
I don't think it's exactly what they're going to do. I think that there's other ways to do it. And honestly, I honestly see Carmella cashing in against.
I'm not saying it's exactly what they're gonna do. What they're saving Carmella is cash in for WrestleMania, and that's the only 2 options. She either cashes in on Charlotte or she cashes in on Asuka.
And she's probably cashing in on Charlotte.
Did I tell you guys what I really wanted her to do with it? Because this is a very Carmella thing to do.
doesn't bedazzle it with a bunch of glitter and
So to determine... So let's say Asuka does the thing with Sasha, right? Let's say that all happens, minus the cash-in part at the end. What if Carmella is part of a triple threat at Mania involving Charlotte and one other woman, and then during the triple threat, the other woman wins, pinning Charlotte, and so Carmella's like, well, I didn't win. I'm not the champion, so she cashes in Money in the Bank immediately after that match that she was just in to get a one-on-one with the winner.
Could also pull a Seth Rollins and have her jump in mid-match.
That's also possible.
And I spitting in the title like a helicopter while moonwalking.
I will say, Chris, I know you don't like Carmella.
I don't.
I
You're
love
right.
Carmella.
She is a wonderful person.
Oh no, she's
and
great. No, she is.
I love her to death.
But you can be a wonderful person, and I could still hate your guts. I
love her to death.
I just don't.
You do hate
I
fun.
will say, her Twitter fan base right now is just the greatest because I said one nice thing about her on my Twitter, and like instantaneously, like 7 people liked my tweet and just retweeted, and it's just like, all right.
Oh, wow.
And I've been getting it all night. My phone has not stopped giving me notifications.
What was the nice thing you said about Carmella?
I said that I already loved her, and after listening to James Ellsworth's story about how she consoled him after he got let go, it made me love her more.
Oh,
Because James Ellsworth is a treasure.
Carmella was at one point in time a New England Patriots cheerleader, which tells me that she's a fantastic human being.
I will hate her for 3 hours this weekend because for the first time in 13 years, so the first time when I've really paid attention to football, because I did watch the previous one, my Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and I am so excited.
But they're also facing homegrown WWE talent, so...
Oh, yeah, that Rob Gronkowski kid. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did see that one of your Eagles
underdogs.
guys
They're
was wearing a lucha mask today.
yeah, I did see that. Here, Chris, I'll show you because it's pretty funny, and you'll
Just
actually
post it
get a
in
kick out of
the video chat.
I'm gonna have to find it.
Well, hurry up.
It's gonna
That's
take me
a bold strategy right there.
Yeah,
Guys, there's a lot of wrestling this weekend.
God, it was so much, and it was so
yeah,
fun.
and we're not even. We're just gonna skip Raw and SmackDown this week. There wasn't a lot. SmackDown felt like shit because.
Well, hang on.
The only thing I got to say about Raw is rest in peace, Kane.
Well,
yeah, Kane got fucking destroyed.
And
The best part was Braun's response to Kurt Angle saying, "What the hell was that?"
you did tell him that it was a last man standing match, and he was the last man standing.
Also, whoever designed those graphics for Raw is a goddamn genius.
Yeah,
I
the
watched
new Raw
that clip
graphics look
over
great.
and over again. That wizardry that they did there with Kane there, like upon seeing the replay was pretty obvious what they did, but like, yeah, I believe that for a second.
Like,
Right.
oh man, he got murdered.
Oh no, he's just under the curtain part. Okay.
God, I couldn't remember who said it, but somebody, it was somebody that I was listening to today was saying that it would have been even funnier as if like they just had like, and I know they're not going to do blood, but just have Kane.
Like a spot there that looks like Kane.
Yeah, just give him a blood pack to just like spray or to like let go. There, I posted it in the Facebook chat.
Oh, where
Or
it just
in
like where it just
the video.
spurts up when the table falls on him or something.
Or you just have like a pool of blood just like slowly like come
Ooh.
out of it.
Oh man, I just want the Tarantino.
It'd be
blood
so
package that
terrible.
just, like,
It'd be
shoots
so
up.
terrible, and they would never do that. But it would have been fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's
Well,
actually
Braun is a
dead.
cartoon character.
Which is why it's perfect.
Braun is the best. Like Braun for
Sorry guys, we've been
WrestleMania.
saying his name wrong this entire time. We've been saying Braun, but really it's Braun.
And on that
Holly's-
note,
Holly's like asleep on the couch. I don't want to wake her up right now.
on that note, we should probably finish up the show tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, like we said, check out that fantastic IWC show. You got a little bit for that one. It's not until March 11th. Chris, you got a Primo show you want to plug?
We got Primo's Pro Wrestling Presents Pain Clinic on February 11th at the Watering Bowl in Denver, Colorado.
Where you can hang out with Chris and Josie, but not me because that's my girlfriend's birthday.
Well, the next day is your girlfriend's birthday, but I understand you want to take that day. It's fine.
I'll be making an average appearance at this one.
Really?
I had a schedule shift.
Be sure to bring Cappy's trivia championship.
Well, I've had to polish it up all nice and then reapply the tape that covers up the
Well, here's the
previous
thing,
names.
though. Here's the thing, though. Other thing I want to announce. Cappy's title is on the line next week. We got a
Ooh.
challenger for the Cappy. Topic for this trivia is going to be Raw. I don't know if Chris is going to put this on the show or make it Patreon exclusive like he did with the last one.
It might be Patreon exclusive. We like our pay-per-views here at this show.
Yeah. So on top of that, we're going to have a guest next week. Challenging for the title is a good friend of mine. His name is Tucker. He's the one who got me back into wrestling, so he's got some good wrestling knowledge.
So, Zach, to be unbiased, are we both writing the questions, or are you just writing all these questions and shenaniganry is going to go on?
Well, we'll continue that conversation later.
Yeah, you can write some
Not
questions.
that I know of shenaniganry happening.
Okay,
trivia events.
Mr. Siri.
I misinterpreted the rules.
If you would like to challenge for a trivia title, go to patreon.com/averageguys, and you can check out all the cool stuff there, and it'll tell you how you can challenge for our trivia title. We actually have a new patron today. Shout out to Andrew Justin Belet. I'm not sure if the T is silent, so I apologize if I just butchered your name. Our newest curtain jerker on Patreon.
Yeah. So maybe he'll get the challenge for the title in the near future.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
So for the Average Guys Pro Wrestling Podcast, I've been Zach. Josie's been quiet, as he always is.
But we love Josie. Josie's fantastic.
He's mourning the loss of his beard, guys.
That is true. Josie, you have to regrow it and send me a picture by next week. Otherwise, I will kick you off the show. He's just completely silent to that. We've also had Josh.
And I'm Hoff.
Who is everyone's favorite lovable jerk.
Not even remotely true. I hate that guy.
We also have Hoff, who is somehow still trapped in Germany. The Cappy may return from his sailing of the high seas. Hopefully he'll bring me back some rum, because I'm almost out of rum.
I told him take the Kevins with him. Maybe, going out on a boat would help him. They're pretty...
He'll never come back with Kevin's if you have.
Oh man, do you think Kevin's are like the red shirts on Star Trek, where if you take them on adventures, they die for you?
Izzy, you can't go for the title unless you do what we ask you to.
Izzy, I'll make the questions way too hard.
Good. All right. Good night, everybody.
Kevin, play the outro music, please.
Kevin, the beer as well.
Kevin,
come on.
Kevin, cut the feed.
Cut it, Kevin. God damn it. Fucking Kevin's.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Average Guys Pro Wrestling Podcast. As always, I am Zach. I am back. I am no longer kidnapped. I don't know what happened. Apparently, Chris is still kidnapped. The person that we rescued was not Chris. Apparently, they were someone who was also fat like Chris. I have Josie with me today. Say hi to Josie.
Hi, Josie.
And we have a very special guest with us tonight. We have Laredo Kid. Go ahead and say hi.
Hey, hi. I'm Laredo Kid. I'm from Mexico right now.
So, yeah, we're super excited to have him on the show. We want everyone to get to know Laredo Kid, as he is going to be at an IWC show in March. I know a lot of our fans are more WWE fans, so they don't know a lot about indie wrestlers like yourselves. So why don't you kind of just give us kind of a quick background of who you are and all of that?
Okay. I have 12 years in the business and the wrestling. I start in Mexico. Laredo Kid is my gimmick right now. Is a kid who start like a fanboy, and then just try to do who favorite sport, there's the lucha libre.
Hmm.
There's a lot companies of lucha libre or wrestling in Mexico. Little companies, um, big companies like AAA is is something like WWE but Mexico,
Hmm.
because it's the more biggest company in Mexico. And I do a tryout for this company, and I working for this company like 7 years. And when Laredo Kids was in AAA, uh, I travel a lot. I do shows in Londres. I do shows in Japan and Costa Rica and different countries, different cities, and that's right now it's my work. Do this is my job, you know.
Well, that's the dream.
Yeah. And I
Uh,
have like 12 years like for pro wrestler, but like a four for like indie
mhm.
wrestler.
That's really cool. Where did you? What kind of got you into wrestling? Like, how'd
My
you
uncle.
get your start? Your uncle?
Yeah, I have an uncle. His name is El Hechicero. He teach me, and I um, inspire here.
So, what kind of drove you to be a luchador? Like, what made you choose to be a mask wrestler?
It's my promoter who give me that name.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, his name is Francisco Cantu. He just like he saw me when I do my first match, and then give me that name. And he support me a lot to do my tryouts in this big company in Mexico and AAA. You know.
Yeah. So, you mentioned your uncle trained you. Do you have other kind of influences in your style? Is there people that like you admire a lot in the business?
Yes, I like when I start, I like so much the WWF, the uh, Pro Wrestling Noah, and a lot companies of wrestling in different countries, and I like a lot the style of Hayabusa. You know Hayabusa from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like so much the style. And right now, when I start more in this business, I like so much the style of AJ Styles. You know, like
Yeah. He's definitely my favorite wrestler. So,
yeah, me too.
yeah, I kind of noticed you have a little bit of his style in your style when we saw you wrestle Ricochet a couple months ago here in Denver. How did it feel to wrestle Ricochet? I mean, he's the talk of the town right now since he just signed with the WWE.
Well, I feel pretty good because he's the right now is the big, and this business is so big. The name of Ricochet is the best in the world, and I feel very good to compete with that kind of wrestlers. You know, because always I try to prepare to be ready for everything. And when I see this match, and I don't know, I feel very good.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that you speak your native tongue is Spanish and your English isn't the best. How does that really translate in the ring when you're like trying to call your moves and all of that,
Um,
especially with someone who doesn't speak Spanish?
no, it's because the wrestling is like nah, it's the you know, if you learn like the lucha libre is the same of wrestling. It's the same things, the same moves, and you learn in the ring everything, what he do, what I do. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, so with going back to that Ricochet match, Chris, Josie, and I were in the front row, and we were blown away by the match. I had a friend who had never seen a wrestling match in his life come to the show with us, and we kind of turned him on to wrestling just with your match. So I want to thank you for that match, because that match was probably the best match I saw last year, and I'm even counting the ones I saw on TV.
Oh, thank you.
So you're coming here in March. You're wrestling against James Storm, old Beer Money Inc. You excited for that? You have any kind of things we should look forward to on that?
Yeah, it is. I'm excited for this match because James Stone is a big name. He's a good wrestler. He have a lot experience, and maybe he is more bigger than me. But I have my style. It's different style. Maybe Ricochet and me is more like a high flyers. James Storm is a wrestler who do more strong, more bigger, more heavy. But I think that we can do a great match this March 11, and I'm ready, and I'm think that is gonna be a great match.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing it. Speaking of high flyers, I heard you wrestled Will Ospreay in Europe. How was that?
Oh, it was a pretty good match, and it's it was Extreme Tiger, Tigre Uno from Impact, and Laredo Kid versus I don't know. I don't remember the another name. The another wrestler from Londres. But it's Will Spray. Another wrestler. I think this Imperial, something like that. But it's a tag team match. It was very cool because the people love the high flyer style.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite styles now. And Will Ospreay is definitely up there on my list of favorite high flyers. So what's kind of next for you? Like I said, you have that match in March, but you have any plans beyond that right now?
Yes, this year I think they're gonna be better for me. I have a lot things to do, and my next match is I have a great show in Cleveland with Maximus or Wrestling. That company I am the right now the champion of Maximus or Wrestling, and I have a match with Ophidian. Maybe you, no, I don't know if you know him. He's a
I,
good indie wrestler.
I don't,
Ophidian.
but I'll have to look him up.
Okay, and in the another day isn't and that same weekend I have another match with Petey Williams. You know Petey Williams, the
Yep.
from Impact.
Yeah, Scott Steiner's little lucky for a while.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how I know
yeah,
him. I'm
but
a big Scott Steiner fan, so.
okay, but it's I think there's important good matches that I have this year, like in January, and I have a one-on-one with Rey Horus and Monterrey. For Lucha Underground, Rey Horus, Príncipe Azteca.
Yep.
I
Did
think,
you? I was looking up just kind of some information on it, and I didn't see anything. Did you wrestle for Lucha Underground as well?
and no, I don't. Just from Impact right now. Uh, but for Lucha Underground right now, no. Maybe this year can I do something, but I don't know.
Yeah. How's it wrestling for Impact? Do you have to go to Canada for that?
No, just in Orlando. I do some shows, some TV shows in Orlando. I have a match with LAX, and I have a opportunity for the cruiserweight, the exhibition. But right now they don't call me, but maybe I do something in April. They have some dates for me, and maybe we do something. I have a lot of plans to this year, but I don't know. We need to start this for these matches first.
Yeah, definitely. Josie, do you have any questions? I've been talking the entire time.
No worries. You're more than welcome to. My throat is actually kind of bothering me at the moment. So.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry about that.
No, you're totally fine. So I want to ask you, and I know this is like asking you what your favorite son is or something like that. Do you have a favorite match that you've had?
Well, one of my favorite matches was the in McAllen, Texas versus Brian Cage. I have a one-on-one from versus Brian Cage as a good wrestler. He's a big guy, but he have a lot good moves, and they have a lot of experience, and we do a great match that day in McAllen, Texas.
That's pretty cool. Is there a way to watch that match at all, or is it just one that was filmed in front of a crowd?
Maybe I think it's in YouTube, like Brian Cage versus Laredo Kid, and just some highlights, but not all the match.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to try to find that because it does sound really good.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to return to any like big companies like New Japan or anything like that?
I working for a big companies the last year with I work with the Crash. Maybe don't hear that company. Is a Mexican company, big company. They bring a lot indies wrestlers, good indies wrestlers. Like Penta, Cero Miedo, and Phoenix. I have some matches with that company with Sanjay Dutt. A lot good indie wrestlers. But I don't know if I start working more like indie companies in USA. This year I wanna do more indies and wrestling shows.
Yeah. Looks like Chris found the link, or I guess our intern who took over Chris's Facebook profile found a link to that match. So we'll go ahead and post that in the comics so people can check that out. So I also heard that you tag team with Aerostar. I've only seen one of his matches, and it was from Triple Mania this year. How was it to tag team with him?
Oh, Aerostar, yeah. We do we are like tag teams in AAA and AAA, the big company in Mexico, and was very good because we have a lot moves together, and we do a lot things like the high flyer style
Yeah.
and that stuff. I think the people love that kind of tag team.
Mhm. So another question that I want to ask you, just kind of pertaining to since you've been everywhere, how do you feel is different from like performing in front of Mexico, in the U.S., Japan, and all of that?
Um, well, in Mexico is more the people is more like he always was a screen, like say like bad words, everything, just try to drink and be happy all the show. And USA is more like the crowd is more like fans. They love when you do high flyer moves or when you do a good submission. The crowd is like happy when you do that kind of stuff. In Japan, it's more like quiet. They just see all the match, and when you do like a 450 splash or something, like you just say wow and he clap.
Yeah, I've heard that from hearing other wrestlers. Um, Another question that I want to ask you about just kind of the masks in Lucha Libre. I noticed that they kind of change a lot. Can you give us some insight as to why luchadors do that, and then maybe just kind of the meanings behind the designs in your own masks?
Well, they don't change the design of the mask. Maybe the color of the mask. Like me, I have a lot different color from my mask. The design is the same, always the same, because it's like my gimmick is more like eagle, like a eagle, you know.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
every wrestler have a gimmick with his mask. Maybe they change the color, but no change the design.
Makes sense. Do you have any things like specifically um, that you like want to emphasize in your mask, or is it just kind of the whole overall design?
Oh, the design do me Antonio Peña. He was the owner of the AAA, the company, the big company. He do the design. I just modify the design when I do my indies shows.
Makes sense. So I also read you broke your leg. I don't remember when you did. And then you came back after recovery from that. What's it like coming back from an injury like that, especially with someone like you who has a very high flying set of moves?
Yes, it was in the 2007. I broke my leg with an AAA show and TV show, AAA and AAA show with Ron Killings. R-True right now is in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to do a Frankensteiner and he turned around on my leg and I broke my leg. It was so hard to come back in the ring, you know, because I was scared. I have a lot scared to do my, my moves, my high flyers, my flips, and everything.
Uh huh.
And yes, it was so hard, but with I support. I have a lot of support with my family and my friends, and to take the things more easy, more slow.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they kept me motivated.
Definitely. That sounds like your family's got a very good support for you, which is always good.
Yes, yeah, especially my dad. He always it's with me,
Yeah. Does he come to a lot of, or pretty much all of the shows that he can, or?
And no, he just maybe the work from like manager in the come with me when the local shows.
Mhm. So I can hear somebody in the background. Is that your wife helping you with translations?
Yes.
Yes.
he, he speak very good English. He's right now is laughing of my English, but I try, I try to practice my English.
Well, I mean, your English is better than my Spanish. I can ask where the bathroom is and order a beer, and that's about it. And even
That's
then,
okay.
I sound pretty terrible when I speak Spanish. And then Jose over here doesn't speak Spanish, and sometimes I forget that he doesn't some days.
I can
Yeah.
order a taco, and that's about it.
Yes, I think the Jose maybe speak Spanish. Maybe he can help me with
Well,
some
his
words.
roommate does, but he doesn't. Doesn't your sister speak Spanish, Josie?
A little bit.
I know somebody in your family does, but I couldn't remember who did.
Yeah.
So do you have like a dream opponent, Laredo? Like somebody that you would want to wrestle? They could even no longer be alive. Like if you could go back in time and wrestle them, maybe.
Right now, I have the last year I wanna do a match with Loki because I like so much the style of Loki, and maybe this year I do that.
Yeah. Is he still in Impact? I don't
Right
know.
now, no. Right now, no. Right now, it's like
Oh yeah,
indie.
that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot he left. Well, I do hope that you get to wrestle him because that does sound like it would be a very good match. So we have a comment in our video. He wants to know. Oh no, he just says that you're the MAW Maximum Assault Wrestling Champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you? I know you defended a belt against Ricochet. Do you defend your belt a lot? Are you a fighting champion?
Yes, I defend a lot because I have like a 1 year, one more like 1.5 year. Yeah, I have a match with Brian Cage. I defeat versus Brian Cage versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. versus Sanjay Dutt. Uh, and in Mexico, I defeated with a lot wrestlers.
So I wanna go back to something you said. But do you defend the belt in every match, everywhere you go, or just some of the time?
No, some of the time.
Just not everybody. So you said you wrestled Chavo Guerrero Jr. How was that? Because he was probably one of my favorites. Eddie was my favorite as a child, but Chavo was definitely one of the ones that I loved as a kid.
Yeah, it was a very good match. Maybe you can see on YouTube if you put Laredo Kid, Chavo Guerrero, and Gringo Loco's triple threat match, and I defeat my championship belt. And I feel very, very good, because it's Eddie Guerrero was my favorite wrestler too. I think for all Mexicans, Eddie Guerrero is a big name.
Yeah, I know when he died, I was crying for like a week, and my mom was like, "Why are you crying?"
Yeah, my mom too. my mom is really fan from Eddie Guerrero.
Well, my parents are not the biggest wrestling fans. My mom will watch with me, but that's about it. So I kind of had to watch wrestling by myself. So it's good that you have a family that loves wrestling, because I definitely did not. I think that if I did, I might have tried to maybe get into wrestling, but at this point, my knees are too destroyed. Josie, do you have some questions? I know you said your throat hurts, but
yeah, no worries. I actually did get a question from someone earlier. They wanted to know what your favorite move was.
My favorite move?
Yes,
I like
your favorite move that you like to do.
the 450 splash. I don't know. It was hard to do that move when I started. It's so hard that I like so much right now. Because I control that move very good. The 450 splash.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you know what it is or no?
Oh yeah, I can't do it. I'm too fat. I stay on the ground. No.
yeah. Do you have like a? I lost my train of thought. So somebody says in the comments that you are scared to go against one of them Samoans because he knows that he would be smashed like a grape. But they do have a lot of respect for you. Do you want to respond to that?
No, that's okay. Good.
We'll leave that open ended.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite rival by chance?
In Mexico, I have a favorite rival. Is Abismo Negro. He's a good wrestler in Mexico, and he was. I learned a lot with that wrestling when I have some matches with him. He passed away.
Well, rest in peace.
Sorry to hear that.
So yeah, that's kind of all the comments that I had. If I see any comments kind of pop up in the chat, I'll kind of grab them. If Josie has any others, looks like somebody's typing something. So give me 1 sec.
No worries.
Charlie Santo, no, he said he lives in Mexico. You said Laredo, right?
Yes. Charlie Santo. What did you say, Charlie Santo? What?
That was the name of the person who asked the question.
Yeah, I think this is Gringo Loco. Is a wrestler.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know, honestly.
I do got a question for you. Do you have any advice for all the people that like want to become wrestlers?
Que si tienes algún consejo para los que quieren ser luchadores.
Well, just they need to train in hard and just believe in himself always. If I have a dream, just to try to follow the dream always, because if you want something, you just need to prepare to take that.
So I misread his comment. He meant who is your favorite rival in the United States?
Oh, in the United States, right now is Brian Cage. I have a lot match with Brian Cage, and I think they always we do good matches.
Oh man, Charlie Santo was saying that he was your favorite rival, so he's probably a little upset by that.
Okay. Yeah, when I have a matches with Gringo Loco, Charlie Santo is Gringo Loco. I have good matches in Cleveland. I think maybe it's the best matches in Cleveland, And we have right now we do a show in Aro Lucha. Is a new company in Texas, and maybe we have some matches together. But maybe he need to do a lot of work to be right now my favorite rebel.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yep. Get on that work, Charlie.
So like I said, that's kind of just all the comments and questions we had for you. We definitely want to thank you a lot for joining us. I look very much forward to seeing you in a couple months here in Colorado against James Storm. Looks like one more question though. Somebody said to ask you about the match with Cisco Silver.
Oh yeah, Cisco Silver is a new guy, a new wrestler. That they don't have a lot of time in the business. Have like 4 years, but he's a good wrestler. He's a student from Cleveland, and for the David Tower, a good wrestler in Cleveland too. I do a one-on-one match with him, and I defeat my championship belt in Cleveland with Cisco Silver. He's a good guy, He learned. He need to learn a lot, but they have a future.
Yeah, it shows a promising talent.
Yes,
that's definitely good to hear. So, like definitely. I said, thank you very much for coming on the show. We're very glad to talk with you. I learned a lot. Did you have anything else that you wanted to mention before we let you go?
No, just say thank you for this interview, for these questions, and I promise to learn more English for the next time I speak better. But I want to say thank you for every fans to hear this interview, and I see you March 11 versus James Storm, and I promise that gonna be a good show.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely come say hi, maybe grab a couple pictures with you as well. And like I said, our time's kind of running out, so we're gonna go ahead and sign off the podcast. So So thank you again for coming. Once again, I've been Zach. Josie has been here, as quiet as he always is.
Sorry, guys.
Josh is in some abandoned warehouse. He said he'll send out a video apologizing and explaining why he's in an abandoned warehouse for some reason. We still have no idea where Chris is. We'll find him eventually. And Captain probably had some plundering on the high seas to do, so that's why he's not here as well. So like I said, thank you for joining us on the Average Guys Pro Wrestling Podcast. Laredo, thanks again for coming.
You're welcome. I hope to see you all in Denver.
Yep. And that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thanks again for listening. Thanks to everybody that joined in on the Facebook chat as well. That's about it. So if we want to cut the feed, Kevin, wherever the hell you are, one of you Kevins, cut the